Good morning once again. This is the batch 2 for the virtual science seminar. No, hi there, many faces look familiar po. Yes, radio script writing or even the radio broadcasting is not so new to me, no, because I've been in journalism for like more than 10 years, more than a decade already. So we have this in journalism, in radio broadcasting. Only that in our contest, BSPC, RSPC, and then NSPC, we are given only 5 minutes ang mga bata, no? So very fun. But for here, sa Tuwa, we are given 40 minutes na airing time. So for here, I'm assigned to talk about radio script writing. This is about, let me share first about the principles. Let me talk first about the 6 kinds of treatment or approach or style memo as to how you're going to present your content. One is a straight narration. This is the teacher approach. I believe this is the type na dahil nga we will be having this is now the new design for the next school year ng RBI nato. Dili na siya katungdaan dito nga natay canned episode, natay drama-drama. Ang teacher na gid siya ang mag-teach live sa over the radio, no? We will be having our new radio station dira sa atong division office. So magiging siya atong style. So meaning, I'm not so one as to 40 minutes pagyapon. So one siya. 40 minutes na mag-lecture din na sa atong sa radio live. So kind of challenging, no? So this is a straight narration or teacher approach. It's just a plain, simple narration of facts in a straightforward manner. Usually written in third person. He, she, it, they. So, it is the most formal and of course the most basic way to present the lesson. It's just like murag akong taga face-to-face dito sa una na we teachers dito the lectures up front. And only that, this time we will be heard over the radio po. So, importante ka po nga, you have to keep yourself really sound interesting, dili ka boring, kay di ba even before nasa face-to-face physical na kuwan, mamili din ang mabatakin sa ilang paginawan sa makatuon. So you have to really be a really good visual aid. So mas more siya sa radio, okay? The next type is a dramatic approach. It's classic. Julie, it's Cherry. Siguro, never mind. The dramatic approach is the more siyang gamit no sa previous na kuha na tayo live. Singit din ang atong mga 15 minute to I guess 20 minute nga canned episode katong this is nga na siya drama na siya dialogues na ay mga na ay of course conflict, na ay climax, na ay 6 elements of the story. What are these elements of the story? We have the conflict, the plot, the characters, setting, okay, point of view, kana sila. The dramatic approach. Like some you've heard earlier, so play ni Ma'am Ina no kanina. So that's it. Nagi siya drama nagi outpouring of emotion like that, no? So sada kay siyang dramatic approach kay murag kami nga mga voice artists murag makuha gid ang among talent, matap gid kay among talent, mamo gid explore. That's just kay kung sa katukang sa the first one, sa straight narration or teacher approach. Normal lang ang tingnan mo as a teacher, but there is a dramatic approach. Kung sa mga voice artists, we can explore, pwede mo mag-sound like teacher, bata-bata, lolo. So, depende siya sa role, sa character, sa script nga imong gusto. Nga nahimo sa you na as a script writer. So, mas, I believe sa ako, in all fairness, I like as a script writer and also as a voice artist, voice talent, no, mas pabor ko mas na ganahan mi. I believe I'm speaking sa mo ang grade 6 lang, no, na ganahan sa script nga nahimo sa grade 6 nga science. Sa English ko nga scriptwriter, pero mas naganahan ko dito sa kuan, mas interesting ang kuan sa science ng mga script. No? Thank you sa mga science na scriptwriters. I believe they're here. Ma'am Irene, Ma'am Silvilla Angelic, Magkapundag. Kay Juan, dili siya ang ilang topic, ang ilang content, ang ilang concept. Wala lang siya nga nasa classroom setting. Sometimes namin dito sa namin sa building o sa balay, naglino, or something ana. We have episode of that. Then that would be one of the best episodes na mo sa grade 6 na team ng voice artist is katong sa respiratory system. We are inside the body, nag-istoryahan ni ang silang lungs, silang diaphragm, nag-istoryahan. So, may maminaw over the radio, wow, yung mga nidyahan, so makuan po sila. Not just a plain dialogue, na nagkuan lang. So, I guess that's kudos to the science team, no? That's dramatic approach. Next approach is the you approach. Audiences are addressed directly by the word you. Murag ako sa number 1 katong lecture or katong narration na kuan, but dili siya katong third person na he, she, it. This time it's you. It's like you're really talking directly straight to your audience. Okay? Magamit ko din siya nato actually sa katong teacher nga murag giving instruction na bitaw sa mga bata. You please prepare your notebook, kids. Are you ready there? Okay, very good. So that's the you approach. It's using the second person point of view. Script is written as if the writer is talking directly to the listeners. So parang nakikipag-usap ka talaga. Next is the direct approach. Still, malagyan ko sa dramatic. It may have a dramatic approach, but more on sa dialogue siya, sa exchange of conversation. Pwede siya walay setting, walay sa magkuhan na siya, gamay lang siya nga part sa kuhan, no? Ang basic element ani is of course conversation. Usually naani siya dito sa AP, sa pag-recording na mo sa AP na scripts, more on sa dialogue approach siya. Kaya we cannot go back man dito sa katong history mag ng AP, no? So it's just a plain conversation na siya actually sa lolo or lola ug saya ding apo nga murag nag-istorya lang din ang lolo lola din sa apo nga ingani na itabo sa una anak. So medyo boring siya. Para sa ako, much better dito katong dramatic approach. Documentary approach, combination of approaches with the use of voice clips and sound effects to make the presentation more realistic and credible, just like what teacher Angeline did kanina, no? She spoke and then I showed in samples, katong can and kwan. That's the documentary approach. Yeah. Then last one is the abstract or the symbolic approach, pang brightly siya, which is dili ka siya makuha sa atong mga listeners na audience, sa mga bata, labi na over the radio, so maglisod sila og sabot. Okay, abstract includes sounds and abstract visuals. Ideas stated explicitly, dili siya kuan. And audience may have their own interpretation of the information presented. So more on symbols ka, more on kuan, pang din sa dating. So your audiences might have a different understanding. Okay, it may be good for the arts, but not for scientific and technical information. So dili siya good sa ato. I suggest that we are not going to use this abstract or symbolic approach. Labi na elementary ta. Now let's go to the 15 or 16 principles of script writing for the radio po. 1, be brief. Kung na short, na be short, brief is of course shorter than the short. So be brief. Okay, KISS, keep it short and simple. Anything when you write, in news writing, in anything script writing, keep it short and simple. KISS. Because broadcasting is constrained by time. We have a time limit. We are bounded by time, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we say 5 minutes agad na. So as much as possible, you take out all the unnecessary words, okay? And also in broadcasting, labi na pag live, kapag once you go on air na, you are only heard once. Okay, isa lang po tama. So that's why bawal po magkamali. Okay? So practice makes perfect. Okay? Number 2, personalize. You have to really talk to your audience in a conversational way. Adjust your style, your language, and content on your writing to your intended audience. Like anything else, so kung sa parang sulat, you have to put your audience in mind. Kung sa kailang reaction when I write this, will they be thinking, will they be happy, will they be sad? So you have to plan. Also, you have to plan your language depending sa levels, sa grade level sa bata. Like as elementary, so ako sa grade 6 kung nga script writer, I have to think, okay, kaya ba kayo sa ilang level ang kining na vocabulary, kining word? If not, I'm going to use a synonym. I'm going to explain that word when I say, we are also heard simultaneously via Facebook Live at DXADD Radyo Bandilio or the DepEd Malay RBI program. Of course, kang simultaneously po, di na sila kabaloon sa yung na simultaneously. So I have to say simultaneously, meaning at the same time. O, yan na siya. Contemporaryo, katong sa AP, contemporaryo, ibig sabihin po, mga bago, like that. So you have to really kasabot sila. You have to adjust your style. Okay, like, so you're talking to the kids, and also some parents will be listening with the kids. So adjust po kasi yung style. Kung part ng speed na you are talking to the kids, so medyo kuwan ka, then adjust po rin kasi mong style po din when you talk to the parents. 3, be clear. Choose simple words, like what I said. Avoid a long word when a short word will do. Okay, this is about sa katong verbal deadwoods po. Verbal deadwoods, deadwood. It's useless na po. So, dekorasyon na siya, dekorasyon dira, pero actually they are nothing po. Wala silang silbi po. Okay, there. Like when you say, at this moment in time, that's 5 words po. Hello? Please tell me, what is that one word na pwede ni mo ipuli anang at this moment in time? What is that one word po? Hello? Hello? What is that one word po na that means at this moment in time?
Right now, sir.
Okay, very good. I thought I don't have like one. I thought I'm not heard. Okay, very good po. That's now. N-O-W. So, ang 3-letter word, imong gigamit to replace at this moment in time now. Okay? Due to the reason that. Due to the reason that. Letter B po, one word. What is that word po? Due to the reason that. Instead of using the words due to the reason that, you're going to use letter B, one word. What is that word po?
Because.
Okay. Because, very good. Dagan pa na sila nga mga verbal deadwoods, no? Napataas-taas lang pero walang silbi. Make sure that you are going to use katong lang simple because every syllable that's like equivalent to 1 second po. So mas dagan imong istorya nga napagiging mapataban nga walang silbi, so mas dagan imong longer time. Okay, mas taas imong time nga mas spend. So that's it. Or be precise, carefully provide specific meaning. Specific. There are some words na might mean another thing, so you'd rather be specific. Do not use the vague or general terms. Okay, you have to say what you mean exactly. Contractions sound more natural and familiar and are easier to read aloud, but avoid contractions when emphasizing a point, especially in writing news. Bawal po kasi ang contractions sa news or even sa editorial. But we can use contractions because I said kanina sa number 2, no, you have to sound natural, conversational. So that's why we use contractions. Like when you can use don't, make sure that it would not mean another thing, okay? Avoid redundancies. Redundancies or tautology, T-A-U-T-O-L-O-G-Y po. That's the repetition of words with as one meaning lang unta, no? It's like when you say frozen ice. Ice is always frozen. So take out the word frozen. So just call it ice, okay? Like when you say a pleasant good morning. Pleasant is already good. Okay, one and only. 1 is already only. 12 midnight, 12 noon. Actually, gagamitin na siya sa mga kwan. It's redundant po. Because you only call it midnight or you only call it noon kapag eksakto din siya sharp na dito with 12. So take away 12. A pair of baby twins. Twins always come in pair. Okay, dagan na sila nga mga redundancies po. ATM machine. M in ATM already means machine. PIN number. N in PIN already means number. TIN number. N in TIN it already means number. Let exam. Oh my God, ang dami po niyan. Let exam. That T in let means already let's examination. The E in let already means exam. Yeah? So let lang. Ang dami po niyan. So, para makuhanin mong makuhanin mong time. Number 5, be concise. Every word must have a purpose. Kaya tanggalin na po yung walang silbi. Okay? That's how you do that. Avoid verbal deadwoods, avoid redundancies. Replace a phrase with one word that means a second. Ito po yung sabi ko kanina. Avoid verbal deadwoods. Case, keep it short and simple. 6, be concrete. Avoid vague and abstract words. Be specific. One example of being specific is when you say eat. Eat is very general po. Ang dami pong uri ng paano kumain po. You can have a chew, unsa pa, swallow, unsa pa, ang daming specific terms that are under sa eat. Okay? Then munch, yes, ang dami po yan. Kill, sorry for the using that word. Kill, there are many ways to kill. Okay? Gilungga, gipusil, giluan, na siya. Ibuwagan, so yeah, joke. But don't use too many adjectives. Okay. Words must elicit tangible images. Tangible po. Kasi sa radio man siya, dili man siya may untag TV or face-to-face, makita ang naun sa teacher o sa maka-show tag mga poster, maun sa mga pictures. So you have to, how do you do this? How do you elicit the tangible images para ma-imagine sa mga bata? You have to really describe po. Pag sinabing beggar, do not just write she saw the beggar. Kasi ang daming kwan po ng beggar. You have to describe ang iyang looks, ang iyang dress, kung saan yung suot, kung saan iyang dagway. Okay? That's it. You have to really describe. But do not overdo the adjectives. 7, be informal in conversation. Itong sabi ko kanina, speak to your audience, not read to them. One of the tip na that we got, I personally got from DJ Lola po na katunay mirror technique. I always use that. That's why I have katong mirrors akong front every time I go. Wala lang, not in my room. I have a mirror right in front of me, like I'm speaking to myself. Na makita na po, what's my reaction, and involve the listeners, talk to them. By the way, do not read to them po. Okay, makabalo diya ka unsay ka ng kwan. Makabalo ka unsay tono. Kita nga gapamina over the radio, kabalo ay gamura gabasa raman siya. Ang kini kay mura ka istorya gyud gakuan gyud siya, explain gyud siya ang teacher over the radio. Okay, kwan. May feel ko na nato kamura ay okay maminaw akin mura gabasa raman ilabay ko na mag-change akong station. Okay, panungon ko na ni radyo. Wa siya ganahi ka nagbasa ka lang. Involve the listeners, talk to them in a normal conversation. Write for the ear and not for reading po. Okay. Because there are some words, right for the ear, there are some words na okay siya basahon, ay okay siya on print, but when may siya madunggan natin, that's why important po itong tip kay Ma'am Angeline, you have to really practice. You have to say your script. You have to read your script. That's what I do also po. 8, readable. Broadcast copies must be smooth and readable. Avoid sibilant words. What are these sibilant words? These are the mga words or mga sounds ng halas. The hissing sounds. The sh. Kalisod na siya. O muraglahi yung effect of the radio po. Kaya iwasan po yan. Even mga singers, kaya iwasan na nila. Nasa like one, some singers, saan mo na yung and the tongue to kay mga official consonant sound like dengue, like science of dengue, mangita ka kuan the dangers of them alliteration. As soon as katong kapag initial vowels, middle vowels sa functions sa assonance. Alliteration, like, ano saan yung mga alliterations na pressure sa Peter Pepper, Pickle Pepper, kalisod siya, like, magamali-mali ka ng, so you have to malisod ng mga words. Or if ever natin malisod ng words, you have to provide a spelling for that. Later we'll have that in the next slides. No, avoid homonyms because homonyms, these are words with the same spelling, or you say them in the same way but have a different meaning. Okay, like male, M-A-I-L, and then the M-A-L-E. That can mean the male nga letter or the male nga the boy, the human. Okay, so you have to be specific as much as possible. Avoid homonyms like pen. There are many concepts. Pen, unsaka, ang dami po ng homonyms kaya be specific. As much as possible, avoid homonyms. Maglibog sila. 9. One idea, one sentence rule. This is very important. Also in news writing. One idea, one sentence lang po. Okay, para, why? Because, balik ka sa atong basic rule yun nato, no? Keep it short and simple. KISS. Simple, keep it short, then simple sentence. So, one idea, one sentence lang po ay mong rule. Ayaw sa taasa. Nadagan kayo sa isa ka sentence lang kayo imong ideas. Kasi kuha, nagkatulad po siya, nagbubot na, dili siya matrace na sa bata. Review na, okay? Avoid overcrowding of ideas or the TMI or the too much information po. 10. Attribute sources at the start of the sentence. Like who says who. Like President Rodrigo Duterte blah 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 blah, blah delivered his SONA last July 26. Yeah, so yeah, naingalan before. Una ka sa ngalan or sa doer of the action, sa subject. Use the active voice. Why active voice? Active voice versus passive voice. Active voice po that someone does something. Si kuan kay nagkuan. Ina ate the apple. So, una ka sa tao, sa igibuhat, butang dayon. Okay? That's subject, verb, then object. Someone does something. So, 3 words lang. Versus passive, something is done by someone. 5 words. So, mas taas ang passive voice. Okay? And also, our mind flows this way, ang active voice. Like, dismiss ka, di ba? Romantic basis sa ano. Kung mag-dismiss ka, di ba? Una magiging sa tao, kasi mag-dismiss. Like, example lang po, si Maria kay Buros. Una ka dito kay parang, uy, kinsa itong topic, kinsa itong chismisan. Si Marites, si Maria ko. Oh, tada siya. So, una ka sa tao, dili sa unsa ito mo sayaw, unsa iyang gibuhan. Okay? Una ka dito. That's how our mind flows po. That's use active voice. 11, prefer the indirect quotation for smoother, readable topic. Indirect po. Kanang ikaw na mismo ang report. This is also called indirect quotation. That's what we call the reported speech. Okay? Reported speech. Kato siya, kunay na rin mo nga somebody like si Duterte, you are not going to let him speak. Magamit ka quotation marks, no? Imo na siyang baling, imo na ang gikuan na ikaw na ang nagsulti in behalf of Rodrigo Duterte. PRRD said that he will not allow anak na dayon. Dili itong one. I guess I have 12. Provide for, this is what I said earlier, provide phonetic spelling for unfamiliar words or jargon. Provide phonetic spelling for unfamiliar words or jargon. Makagamit lagi ka, especially science, no? Or even mathematics, there are some words na hard or jargon, content-specific terms. Kaya naman siyang meaning sa jargon, no, na specific lang siya or only used by in this field or in this discipline lang. Like as teachers, we have some words or terms, vocabulary nga kita lang nakasabot like lesson plan, alusan na kita na magagamit na sa RTMS, LDM, ang ISRF. Kita naman alusan kung ang layman nga matao nga tumaslihaw ako sa so that's jargon. So you have to provide spelling. Example, mga new words. Like the new word I learned yesterday, katong what's a carapace? Carapace. So ako gisang gi-search unsa ang pag-pronounce. Kay ako isa na ko nga pag-Apache, isa sa ako gikan sa Merriam dictionary. Ang carapace, it's the part of the turtle na mo iyang kana iyang shell something kana iyang murag house balay sa turtle carapace. So pag nga you have to provide in capital letters, open up inside parenthesis po, carapace. Magamit mo siya, tapos capital letters, unta mo siya pag-pronounce. That's a phonetic spelling. Okay? This will serve as a guide sa voice artist, tapos pag-record nila o sa live na sa imong anchor. Otherwise, maulakon man ang anchor. Nga wala ka na-provide dito sa unang pagkuhan. Bakit sa ko nga term, awalin ka sa anchor. So you have to provide kung saan na siya pag-pronounce. Okay. If you have to illustrate or explain difficult concepts. Use transition words because transition words will thread or will show siyang magtahipo sa imong kuan, sa imong story, sa imong script. Otherwise, kung wala na si kuan, datakwat, subalit, na sa makatuwid kana sila. Or say furthermore, moreover, in addition to, kana sila. Hence, thus, kana. These are transition words. Importante na siya. Repeat the message if necessary because this is a radio. Repetition is very important po. Diba like how our nanays will nag us or even kita nga teacher sa una pa ulit-ulit balag to. Diba ulit-ulit man yun ako pila na ko nagputro ha. So but that's how our kids will have to learn. Paulit-ulit pero sige na lang. Labi na pag importante siya when you want to emphasize concepts. This will make it memorable for the audience. Especially if dito na ka sa last, kami nga sa live anchors, dito na sa live hosting na, amo nang ibalik ang katong concept. Okay, because we have the one, LSS, Last Song Syndrome po. Save the best for last. LSS, Last Song Syndrome po. Level ka ng unknowingly, unconsciously, kung sa balay nimo dito ka sa multicap nagplay din ang music nga kuan depende sa nga kanta then pinala ka nga pag abutin mo sa imong classroom you keep saying that song so that's Last Song Syndrome. That's the power of repetition po. The power of the save the best for last. Kung sa last na madumduman mo'y last na lungdan mo'y sige madumduman ko. 15. Use abbreviations or acronyms sparingly and properly. As much as possible, do not use abbreviations or acronyms. Or if you do, use it well po. Kung first time mo gigamit in that script, in that part po ang kining acronym or abbreviation, you have first time, you have to spell it out. Like WHO. Spell it out din siya nga katong World Health Organization. Okay, PRRD, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Spell out po siya una. So sa next time mo gamiton, second, third, fourth, ikuha na po siya. Pwede na acronym or abbreviation. Then the last time pag gamitin mo siya, balik po ka sa spelled out complete. Okay? Yan na siya. Especially ka na sa news writing or sports writing po. Sparingly and properly. O also, do not, ayaw pagmugna o ipabaling acronym or abbreviation. Buhay, ipagbuot-buot din ha. So, there are some, labi na karoon nga na yung mga bago nga mga acronym sa mga kabataan una, kinagabit ladris ka mga FTW for the win, ICYMI in case you missed it. O, dili magdunang imong kung sa mana nagbukbukot og iya. So naana na nga mga abbreviations or acronyms. 16. Handle figures properly. Figures, I'm speaking of the numbers. You have to round off. You have to estimate. Otherwise, kung wala mo siyang istorya gyud o gigamit gyud siya nga katong number gyud the correct na figures gyud nga specific na figure, it will take you longer time. Di ba? O kuan po dahil magkamali pag istorya ang anchor po. So you have to round them off. Avoid beginning, okay, balik ko dito ha. So like, when you say 999, this is a modules were produced, blah, 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 in this quarter. So, mataas na si 999 sa pagbalik-balik sa mag-listen si live anchor sa live host, ana. So, may mga kan almost 1,000. Okay. Mas dali pa siya, di ba? Oh, mas imo siya i-estimate or round off to the nearest kakumpanya. Okay? Avoid beginning sentences with person's age or any number. Kapag magagamit ka sa number in a sentence, as much as possible, avoid siya gamitin ang number as first part of your sentence or of your paragraph po. But if you do, hindi siya ma-avoidan, you have to spell it out. Spell it out. Okay? Spell out units or fractions. Units kapag decimeters, centimeters, kilos, kilograms, you have to spell them out. Sa script writing, because otherwise, sometimes like an K, 29K, K may represent carat, sometimes even kilo, or ubang kg, magkaibutan or 1,000, di ba, 25K, so 24K, so 1,000 day ito, ubang carat, so you have to spell it out for the live anchors or sa artists, no? Also fractions, 1/2, spell it out. Do not write 1/2, not 1, spell it out. Spell out numbers used at the beginning of sentences. Ito yung sabi kanina. Spell out numbers 1 to 10. Numbers 1 to 10 or even including 0, especially katuma 1-digit numbers, spell it out. O-N-E, ayaw number nga 1. T-W-O, T-H-R-E-E, F-O-U-R. But numbers bigger than 10, you can write in figures na po in numbers, numerals. 11, 9,990. Now, we're going now to the basic radio script format. Maganda siyang akuang part. Okay. As to the page layout, please take note po if you can screenshot kung ano siya. Importante po din siya. No? I got this from gagamiton din siya sa UP, sa katong sa radio script writing din siya na format. Okay. Sa page layout, 1 inch left margin. 1 inch imong margin to sa left. Okay? There. Sometimes kapag kung labi na, kung ka-stapler siya at the side, pag-ana, di pa kung magpasok down dito sa side, or mag-taper ka sa kilid, na yung part dito sa, labi na sa inside pages, na di na mabasa. So, that's it. 1 inch left margin. Natin kay source of sounds. Source of sounds, later we'll have that. Then, copy blocks. Copy blocks mo ng part ng napasahon sa talent, or radio talent, or voiceover, or sa ANNCR. Here, here's an example. Ayan. We have a margin here at the left, 1 inch. Then mo, katulad ng source of sound, number line numbering, tapos source of sound, at katong copy blocks. This unahan, of course, kay title, na kay katong topic, katong sa tong mga characters nimo, nato dia katong competency, nagda siya. Dili din ang modern dito main nimo nga parts of the script. As to the spacing, double space po. Ayaw pang single space. Why? Double space because kana imong script, like ako, ang akong script na gagawin mo sa English, kapila ko siya na undergo o sa mga meticulous. Ay, si Ma'am Liza, ganap ko ka Ma'am Liza sa among basics nga team, no? Kay very meticulous, ipabalik-balik ito ni Ma'am Liza ang script. That's why magsulat ma din siya sa Ma'am Liza dito, or even ka ma-evaluator sa script sa next nga katong sa mga spaces. Because our script will undergo a lot of revisions and editing po. Double space. And also, mas sayon siya basahon po, mas readable siya sa ANNCR o sa voice talent. Page numbering. Put page number at the top right corner dito sa imong page. Maximum of 3 repetitions. Okay? Write only, kung taas yung title, write only the first two or 3 words of the title. Okay? Not the whole title. Okay? Taas na tayo. Okay? No? Then, the slash or ellipsis. Ellipsis yan pong 3 dots. Dot. We call that the ellipsis po. After the title, then the number. Example is yung whole title maybe, take a closer look at the pandemic. Taas na siyang title, 3 words lang. First 3 words. Take a closer, dot, or slash, then 222. Page 2 na siya. It's not page 222. 3 repetitions pa. So that's page 2. So 222 or page 4, 444, page 10, So, ilagay mo siya. So page 9 na 999, page 7, 777. Okay? Yan po. Here, this is an example po. Yan. Take a closer, dot, 222. Page 2 po yan. Narin to si number line, numbering o yan. Yan, ito si line numbering. Line numbers are at the far left hand side. Siya ang unang column. Yan, 1, 2, 3. Importante po si numbering ni mo si line numbers. Why? Sa una, pagkukuhan ko sa radio broadcast sa bago radio broadcasting sa journalism no, sa contest na mo. Pwede na wala ng katong pag-recording mo din kang DJ Lola. Importante siya. Kaya may na sa DJ Lola. Okay, ready? Line number 12. Jerry in 3, 2, 1. So ikaw nga voice talent, diretso ka makapangita sa tunga line sa script. Okay? Nga na siya. Para dali siya mag-trace for reference, point of reference po. Source of sound, it's found at the left portion of the page, right after sa line number. You have to indicate type of sound to appear. Unsa nga sound, unsay source of sound, okay? Example, is it from a sound effects? Is it from an announcer? Is it by the narrator? Okay, is it by the anchor? Is it by a character? Like, unsa to na dito. Example is you have to use these acronyms for, abbreviations. For announcer, capital ANNCR, that means announcer po. Capital NARR or caps lock NARR for narrator. You don't have to spell out an announcer or you spell out narrator. That should be written in caps lock, capital po yan, announcer, because this is an instruction po. Anything instruction to serve as warning, para dali siya makita, dili siya masahon, okay? For multiple voices, kung daghan na istorya dito, anak, you have to type the name or names of characters. So Jerry, Angie, Karen, Irene, in capital letters yapon. Kaya na siya apilin mo kang basa sa katong anchor o katong voice talent. Tingnan pala siya, announcer, Jerry, ayaw na. Names of characters in capital letters are like instructions. Nagpo isa dapat. Here, na to. So, this is the numbering, line numbers. Ito, source of sounds. Example, si radio teacher ang source of sound. Follow, colon, good morning. Manayan. O din yung copy block ni siya ka nagbasa ko. It's capital letters. B's, music up and under. I'll have that later. Music cues. Ito na kung sabi ko. Music cues. Music, you can write music, capital letters, or MSC. Capital letters. Appears on the source of sound column. Okay? Description of music appears in copy block. Kung sa to klaseng nga ang music yung gusto at to sa source of sound. Because a music cues is also a source of sound. Okay? All instructions for music are written in all caps or all capital letters po. Underlined. Okay. Example pa yan. Please. Okay, sorry. Where is that? Here. Insert. SOA is stored on the air. Program ID. Yan. Underline. Capital letters po yan. And program ID, mo ni sa technical operator ni mo, no? Siya na mo play ana. Insert. Mo na iyang one side. That's why ako as a scriptwriter and also an anchor, live anchor, dito community mga Karen. So, partner ko, pag naka-script akong i-print, i-ready para sa kanang kuan. Dito na ako mag-live host ni sa DXDB. One for me, and also one for our SPED interpreter, and then also one for the technical operator. Nahatag din dito. Every Friday, pag ito na ako dito, hatag ko print ko 4 copies din na. Kaya dapat ako i-guide kanong sa mo kuan to say technical operator. Otherwise, basta ng pananakalin ha, walay cue ang kuan niwas, kaya wala ka naghatag ng script sa iya. Walay music na mo gawas. O kung walay music na mo play, 1, 2, 3 seconds walay music, that's dead air. Bawal po nga magka-dead air. Okay? Okay lang na din mag-storya, pero dapat kung in times na di ka mag-storya, one siya, there must be music playing to save ang dead air. Okay? Sound cues, SFX, that's sound effects. Okay. For sound effects appears on the source of sound column. Description appears in the copy block. Unsay imong gusto nga sound effects at example. SFX colon, zipper of bag opens. Para ni siya dito sa dito. editor, di mo no? So, ano siya, mangita din na sa si DJ Lola kung sa kanya kukuhan. So, pwede na magunaw na si DJ Lola kung sa iyang sound effect dito, iyang i-download, i-insert na sound effect, ikaw na mismo ang scriptwriter magpili. Zipper bag, okay, sama na i-download na yan dito katong no copyright. Ano siya. Or thunder, lightning, sound of water, ikaw yan. SFX. Again, this is an instruction, capital letters po lahat yan. Copy block. The copy block, asot katong third bold na siya kay line number, line numbering, source of sound, then ano siyang copy block. Words to be spoken, type in upper and lowercase. Like how we write our sentences, no? First letter of that sentence, capital letter, Z, of course. Then all the rest are in small letters, except for proper nouns. Okay? Ito mga pangalan, mga brand, all the small letters. Wala siyang tanan-tanan nga istorya, that's in upper and lower case. But everything that will not be spoken, all capital letters to yan. Especially ang mga, kini siya, mga instructions, directions, kaya bastaho na siya sa talent or sa ANNCR. Okay? Otherwise, kung imo siya isulat ito, sa instruction lang, pero like, ano mo siya all caps, ano mo siya mabasa na dahil sa live host dito or sa talent pag-recording. Example, ano kining example, Fernand shouts stampede. Kung wala sa mo dito capital letters na nandira, instruction na ba na? So, pag-recording na, wala sa Fernand. So, that should be, this is an instruction. So, one, kung imo na siyang upper and lower case, mali. Okay? So, all instructions should be capital letters. How do you divide words? Especially pagkuha na sa page bitaw, pag-click mo sa next page, importante siya, never divide a word across page or a word between lines. Or ako as a scriptwriter, sa pag-live hosting na ako dito, ang pag-click sa page, ko gusto nga ang kining naputol siya, dapat it should end period or the whole script yun nga ako ba ang part or sa akong partner nga card nga part. Para dili siya magpagana dito, putol. So, pag-click pa lang daan, madunggan na ang ting sa papel. Okay? There. Putol ang word, putol ang sentence, putol ang idea. Okay? Kaya kung once na maputol ka pag-record or pag-live hosting, ang thought po sa imong listeners ito, naputol po ilang pag-understand. So, bawal magkamali. So, if a paragraph or sentence carries over to the next page, try to break the copy at a comma or natural pause or period. Newscaster can change pages more easily. And kapag one game, ginamit ko stapler. Well, by the way, you want it is when you staple at the bottom po. Either bottom left or bottom right. Okay, para hulog sa hilong, paghulog sa papel. Dili itong pag-anak, makita pa din sa DXDB, no? Ikapilang pag-pakoy na ang example. Pag-pakoy na mo sa papel. Sapa, tapos makita pa din siya dito sa video, nasa FB Live. Makita siya dito, pag-pakoy, kita kayo po. So, dili ito, nag-script na din silang teacher, abi na ko ka ng one sila, natural ka sila, abi na ko spontaneous sila. So, as much as possible, hindi siya, okay, dili siya ka, as much as possible, dili ko gusto nga makita na mong papel sa video, lang. So, dili ko mag-stapler, para teacher ka rin, ato na ang putol, magpaputa na sa page, yung hinahinay lang din kapag, paubos sa papel. Otherwise, pag-pakulit sapa, pag-recording sapa, madunggan ang papel. ANNCR, now we're here at the end na. ANNCR use kanang hyphen, END, caps lock, then close hyphen. Signify the end of the script. Now, what if wala pa ka nag-end to pa sa page 2 of 4? So dito sa ubos, na kay more. Then dito din sa last, END, end. Okay, I think I'm done. Questions po?